So it is the 8th of August. It's been probably a week since I got my bow set up. I've been shooting it a lot. I feel a lot more confident with the setup after Derek kind of tuned it for me. Run a new arrow setup. I'm running the Hoyt Nitrum 34 again. 7-pin sight. Some people are weird about that, but I like the 7-pin. I did pick up a new release, TrueFire hook style, which I haven't really done too much with, but I really like it. Came really highly recommended. Chris is over here with the Bear Mauler. He's been running this setup for 5 years, he said, and yeah, it works, right?
That's right. Yeah.
It's really what it comes down to. It works for him. Pretty much the same arrow setup. We do need to redo his fletchings. He's having some issues with his peep. What happened with your peep?
So the peep actually came out of between the strings, so I just put it back in there, which of course now you know
it's like moving.
By slipping it around, it adjusts your sight picture is off now and all that kind of jazz. So a little frustrating, but it's all part of the game.
Well, and that's why we're shooting now, right?
That's right.
As opposed to like in a month.
Yep, don't want it to happen in the stand.
That's right. So we're gonna finish up shooting. We're probably gonna have to have that figured out, set that sight, maybe even have to take it into Derek or something if we have a second, but we're gonna keep shooting and see you next time. What's up, everybody? So I realized the other day that I forgot to film an outro. I figured I would go ahead and do that right now. I'm gonna try to not cover too much. Figured what I would do is talk a little bit about my setup for this year, since I've kind of talked about some of the other guys' setups. All right, now that I finally got the camera set up, figure I'll go over my arrow setup, my bow setup. We'll get through this. Really, I'm not looking to like give you any advice. It's more just I'm always curious about other people's setups, and so I thought you might be too. But this year I'm running the Easton Axis 5mm. I'm running the 300 spine. This arrow comes in at 10.7 grains per inch, so it's really heavy. But I like it better than the FMJ because it's flexible and it'll go back to its original design, whereas the FMJs had a tendency that if they bent at all, there was no way to get them back. And so really excited about running this again this year. Last year I ran 3 blazers on the back. This year I'm running 4 fletch with the AAE Max Stealth, and then obviously the white wraps help with deciphering blood and also tracking the arrow as it goes through the air. Other big change I've got this year is I'm running the Muzzy Trocar. Really not a specific reason for this other than just wanting to try something new, and I've heard good things about it. Last year I ran the Q80 Exodus, which is a very similar head from Quality Archery Designs. I'm also running these ballistic collars from Gold Tip. Just adds a little bit of durability up front. Also they look cool, let's be honest. And also running 50 grains of brass inside with a hit insert. So my total arrow weight comes in about 490 to 500 grains with 11 to 12% FOC. I don't need that much weight for whitetails, but I really wanted the extra weight so that if I wanted to hunt elk next year, which that's the plan, that I don't have to switch my entire setup. If I really wanted to, I could throw a little bit more weight up front with the 125 grain head and kind of resighted my bow and call it good. But it should be plenty to kill an elk even at this setup with my bow setup, as well as be plenty fine for whitetail. A little bit slower, but if I pick my shot right, have good placement, I should be okay. My bow setup this year, Hoyt Nitrum 34. Same setup I ran last year. I got new strings and cables, which is why I've been shooting a lot and trying to get it dialed in. My 20, 30, 40s like hitting super well. Out past that, I really got to start making some adjustments. But I run the G5 headlock quiver. I really like it. I have no issues with it. Bee Stinger stabilizer, 10-inch with 3 ounces up front. Q80 drop away rest. And then kind of the big thing that some people are weird about is this 7-pin sight. Some people don't like that many pins in their sight window, but it stresses me out to think about trying to change my yardage is on the fly. So I like the 7-pin. I can shoot 20 all the way to 80, and then after that I can, obviously, I'd have to like aim high or whatever. But I'm not going to be taking that far of a shot on an animal, at least not for a long time, until I'm a lot more proficient with a bow. But it's a 55 to 65 pound model. I've got it cranked down to about 68 pounds. It's like as deep as it can go. Derek has that set up for me. So she's hitting pretty hard. I ran a 70 pound bow before and that was fine, but I really like being able to shoot a lot, and that bow is super efficient, being cranked all the way down. And so, man, I'm really excited about how this bow is going to perform along with this new arrow setup. Other than that, next video should be Kevin setting his bow up, and then we've got some scouting videos coming up. So stick with us. We're excited about what we got going on this year.